Welcome. Oh, let there be light. Let there be light. And there was light. So this is a wonderful affirmation. And I'm going to be very transparent here because that's what Mother Eve is requiring me to do right now, and of course as on every presentation, but to really give out as clear as possible the essence of this affirmation. We might have come across documentaries on YouTube, for instance, that says hidden truth in plain sight, something to that effect. And that is what we have discovered in Genesis. The best or the most, I think Mother Eve is saying, yes, it's the best affirmation that we can have is to say, let there be light. And there was light. Now I'm going to break that down for you because really, oftentimes we hear of an affirmation, we use it and it works. But there's something magical about understanding the construct of it that gives you more of a conviction to see its manifestation. Now, that's what Mother Eve really wants me to show you. So, I have been working on, we have seen the word there. And the word there is so magical. In fact, we had taken it for granted that to say a word, a simple word like there or the essence or the magnitude of strength or vibration it carries, that is so phenomenal. That's what Mother Eve wants me to show you. Now you could see in this psychedelic illustration here of the word there. It really is that it's one that speaks of the. The word the here is really when it says in the beginning. So the word the actually is a representation of everything. Everything is in the. Everything consists of the. Everything is the. Everything is made up of the. So the is a numerical value of 6, which is the number of man. So man is a constituent of the. Everything consists in the. Now, of course, expanding on that is that the word the have in it, or the word there consists of the. But it's not to say that there is more than the. I will show you something. Let's show you something. Oh, we have present. We're going to call present, which is Mother Eve, the serpent, and of course the elements of revelation and waters to really be present with us and very transparent in what we do, think, and say here on these. We are working intuitively. We are delivering intuitively. We don't know which way the serpent is going to turn its head, or when it's going to rise up or uncurl or anything like that. But Mother Eve has just given me something to go ahead with, which already has got a very delicious flavor. But let's see, as Mother Eve usually does, unfold a gem, or unfolds more of the secret meanings for us. So you can see the word there. As I said, has within it the, he, her, and of course hair. But let's look at the as the second word of the Bible to really show us its power. So we see the. Now, I think when it says in there's another thing King James Version did, which reminds me, they did a very powerful thing. That in that King James Version of the Bible, every 2 words of the Bible, and I'm not sure if it's, let's see, if it's that way for the New Testament. It probably is. I'm just going to flick a page of the New Testament and see if it's the same. But I know for the, okay, it is only in the Old Testament. So the first 2 words of the chapter of the books of the Old Testament the words are in capital letters. Now, the words are like this. So it would be in the. Now we have seen that everything of creation is really in the word in. Not to deviate from this wonderful affirmation that I'm going to deliver, but I want to break it down so you can see. Okay, so there we are, the. Okay, so basically I want to say, if we look at the word the, we can really make out any of these words or letters, rather, in any of the letters can be of the word there can be made from the. This is what I want to say. Any of these letters, we already have the T, we have an H, of course, and we have the E. But the E can form, there's the R. The R is the only different letter here, in fact. But if we did this, take this off, we're not adding, we're taking off, which means that everything has in it, it's already containing everything that is in there. Everything that is in there is in the. So we can see that right here. Oh, there would be an E, of course, sorry. Well, it's to show you the difference anyway. So there was an E, and we are showing you how the R comes about right here. The R could also be seen here as well. If we did that, that would also be an R. So it's just to show you that in the word the has everything there is. So there is the. There is the, and it's really everything is in here. If we did, for instance, the word he as well, we would see the same thing is in the. Okay. Again, we could see that the would have he. We would take this off. Basically, what we take off is what we are not seeing, or what we are not placing our attention on. So there would be he, and of course, there would be THE. Of course, this would also be R for her. The H, the E, HE, R. Okay. It's just saying that everything can be manipulated right there. There is the E, and of course the E also has its template to form the R. That's what I mean. It has the template. It's like cells replicating themselves. That is what we are seeing here. In fact, I couldn't put it a better way. So it's like showing you in the word the has the ability to replicate there. Every letter in there can be replicated from the template of the word the. It's to show that everything has in it, everything is in the. So if he is in the, He carries everything already. He has his mind, he has his body, he has his spirit. He has all those attributes, his makeup, his personality. The he has all of those. Her also, hair, H-E-R-E. So let's show where the her comes. Her comes hair. And her, H-E-R-E, she has within her everything to give birth, to conceive, to give life, to nurture, or everything that is in her, meaning Mother Eve, is already there as a template to replicate. And we have, where is it all happening? It is all happening here. Here is where? Here is present, as in the serpent. I love Mother Eve's style. She's just marvelous. So there is, of course, present. So we are not asking. So Mother Eve, as I say, the serpent, let's do this, S-E-R-P-E-N-T, which is 7 equals 7. And to show how these two are synonymous, of course, that equals 7. When we do the numerical value for 7, we are doing this so we get to understand how these work. We can see that Mother Eve is in the middle of the word 7. It's like she is saying, I am the ocean of everything. I consist of everything. I am. Is this why she says, I am that I am? So on the two sides, of course, we see there's the S and there's N. When we add this together, it's like she will a circle. And we would see that that would be 1 and N. And there's another thing that I just realized. The S symbolizing 1 is like an I in itself, saying I-N. It's like hair, and if we would drop this N here, it's like the first word. It becomes the first word in the Bible, saying in the beginning. It would be like a rule of when you were adding numbers, and if you were adding, it's like when they say you borrow or you add 17 and 5, and you do say 17 plus 5, and it was something like this. So we say this is 12. But at school we would put the 12 somewhere, cross the T, the 2, put it down, and we know that 1 is there, and then you take that 1, add it, and then it becomes 22. So it's that kind of format of equation or addition or whatever it is that we are doing right here. So it's like perhaps there is something Mother Eve is just saying to me right now, and I am really going to test it, because that's what she is saying right now. Wherever you see that 1, for instance, just bring it down at the start of any word. I'm going to double check on this. At the start of any word, for instance, bring it down like this word serpent, which is what I think Mother Eve is saying. So bring that 1, the S, as though it were 1, and bring the T right down, and then we will get it. Literally, we will get it. Whatever the meaning, look, IT. This is how Mother Eve works intuitively. So as in the serpent hair, she said it would be IN. It's like saying Eve is in. So these two things would be telling us what is happening right here. So in Eve, IN Eve, right here. So 7 really means in Eve. And there we have serpent is like the 1 and the T coming down is it. So it's like in well, we have EPEN. Of course we can move these around, but in ER or PEN, whatever we, or penny or PEN ER Purna, whatever that would mean, or whatever that comes intuitively, because that's how Mother Eve works best to show us how to make sense of this. We could also move this around to see what Mother Eve is saying right there. Like we also was saying present, or she may be saying in the prison, because she has given us the spirit of sound mind. She's saying it is prison. Like now that prison might mean colors, like in prison, or that sort of thing. Like but I'm just saying, for instance, that is like giving us a clear indication of what is happening here. We are talking about there, and already Mother Eve has shown us something very phenomenal. She is not only in the middle of 7 here, she is teaching us how she is the mathematical formula of how to see herself in 7, or for us to see her in 7. So I'm going back to there, just checking, and that is 11 or 16. I'm checking the timer here. So now she's telling us that the most effective affirmation we can use is let there be light, and there be light. I say and there be light, and there was light. When I say be light, it's that when I was doing the numerical value of be and was, it's really the same, but it had been written in that way to show us and to teach us that, well, or perhaps not as well. So the numerical value for be and 7, the word be and was is real, is, hold on, be, yes, be is 7, and so we have added this together. We have added the numerical values for these words here. So this is 7, B is 2, E is 5. When we add this together is 7. Likewise here, this would be 5. Let's take this off. Was is 5, 511. 511. When we add this together is also 7. So that's how we have 7 plus 7 is 14. So be and was really gives us 5. Now, anytime we are saying using these two in that affirmation, you can create your own affirmation if you choose and get those numerical values here. But I am believing that the spirit of sound mind from something that has had an energy so profound for so long might be best to hinge upon these very words. So you keep your image of your manifestation in mind, and what you do is say, let there be light, and there was light. Now, going by the numerical value on these, then you would, after uttering this once, then you make contact, a physical contact with what you are visualizing, whether it was like an anchor. So, for instance, I want to have an affirmation to have this well understood. So I am now saying, let there be light. And there was light. And then I blow 11 times into this lesson. That's the affirmation. Now, that to me is a powerful affirmation. And I have only just recently began to use it, which of course my last few presentations. I don't go through the whole thing, but the Let There Be Light, I do this in my presentations because, of course, it's not only for the affirmation, but it's that I am calling on to Mother Eve's energy to give light into what we are doing. Now that's what Mother Eve is wanting me to be as transparent as possible right here. So I don't do this each time I'm about to do a presentation, but basically Mother Eve wants me to share this, and I am really feeling this is an affirmation that it sort of hit my solar plexus. It seemed like almost out of nowhere when I was trying to work out the words there. And then I realized that it carries the master number of 11. And so I went in communion with Mother Eve about this affirmation. And of course, I have got powerful affirmations that I have been using. But I thought, what wonderful words when I saw the magnitude of the word there, which we are still going to do much more on that. And when I understood that all of creation, more and more, I am seeing all of creation is actually in this fair. So where else would you want to have your affirmation from the God said, than the God said, who spoke the first words, who have given us such a wonderful gift? Join me again when I go on the second part of Let There Be Light. And there was light. I have got affirmations on that already. Presentations, but I'm going to state this as affirmation of Let There Be Light, or the Let There Be Light affirmation. So thank you for joining me. Thank you. Oh, I just want to of course ask that you give us a thumbs up and stay ignited. I also want to remind us that the importance of being ignited, because we are planting new seeds, and spill over with love. Namaste.